teach them to respect you, they'll do it. They'll do it. So I say no to gerrymandering by Meg Whitman. Kenya deserves respect. Our sovereignty is not something they should tamper with. That constitution is among the things they're using. So I want to fully disagree with that statement. I've seen like Ethiopia. You go to the ground, you talk to these people.
In fact, let me just interject you a little bit before you even complete. I mean, I'm struggling to listen and understand and relate this to what Risasi said. I think if I had Risasi right, because Risasi is still here, Risasi did not say that. Actually, what you are saying is Kenyans, the leadership needs to stand up to people like Meg White. So if Meg White is meddling in the Kenyans' affairs, how is that our problem? The problem is the leadership. So the person who is to blame is the leadership. That is what Risasi was saying. And that's why Risasi was saying the choice of leadership is our problem. So Risasi was trying to say, even if we bring in Meg Black, Meg Red from America, Meg Yellow, and we still have the same leadership, we will have the same problem. The leadership that has a problem. Thank you.
No, I want to disagree on that. It is not solely about leaders. It is about the citizen understanding their worth and standing by it.
No, but how is that our problem when I never voted for Ruto? How is that my problem? But anyway.
Oh, so you're not Kenyan because if the candidate...
No, let me just give... Hiyo tu ni banta. Usitake hiyo seriously. But anyway, sikupigia Ruto kura. My point is...
But there are countries... Risasi, you're just right. I mean, how is that your problem? It is not the problem of the citizens, nothing. The problem is the leadership and the choice of leadership.
Let me just clarify nothing.
I think it's getting to a borderline.
Let me just clarify nothing, Nini. Even just to be objective here. Can't we agree that there are countries...
I think it came from...
There are countries... I'm just responding then our Chair Justice because it's very disrespectful. There are countries that are friends of USA and they are successful. Why do we try to create this impression that if you're involved with USA, then you're automatically bad? I mean, we have the likes of Qatar, we have the Saudi Arabia, we have the UAE that are employing us. They are with USA and they're successful. So, in other words, you have to fix your problem. If you fix your internal problems, countries like Saudi Arabia, they are friends of USA, but huko wanafanya vitu zenye hata nini USA haiwezi kubali kwao, but they are still friends because their leaders are very responsible for what is happening inside the country. But as long as American interests inakuja, they align up with it. So our issue should be, let's fix ourselves. We should not blame, and this is a problem that I've been having even with this protest. Ruto anaenda kuwa watu mnakuja kublame Raila tio alisign deal na Ruto o alipatiana intellectuals kwa government. No. We should be very ready to take responsibility for our political actions. If you vote somebody bad, expect bad results. If you vote somebody good, expect good results. I mean, it's our responsibility. Na mkiendelea hivi, wacha sitamaliza hiyo, nitakuja baadaye. I have got a point yenye siku nataka kusema juu nilijua itarattle watu. But nitakuja watu wenye walikuja nyuma yangu wakiongea.
Cook. Just cook.
Okay, the point yangu ni, from what I've just seen today, 2027, there's no way millennials and Gen Z can win against Ruto. It's just evident from what we saw today that rural votes is a big thing. So 2027, prepare for Ruto's presidency. That is just how I saw it.
Nothing naweza enda after Risasi kidogo tu because mimi ni voter Kenya. Mimi unajua ni voter Kenya. Mimi siendi kuvote US alafu nakuja kutaka kuwa president Kenya. I'm
confused about if I misheard. Did I? Was it a statement that I didn't hear correctly? That is that the previous speaker said that justice for all is disrespectful. I wanted to be clear that
no nilikuwa nasema sitaki kuwa disrespectful, niongee before justice.
Okay, perfect. Because I do not want to be disrespectful. These are my brothers and sisters. Every conversation here, I take it as a brotherly and sisterly conversation that really is I've been very patient waiting because I have a lot of things to respond to. So I wanted to make sure that you don't call me that disrespect. I can never disrespect you, Kogwino. You know that.
We know that, Justice. Thank you very much. Let me say this. Nothing. I think hizi vitu tumekuwa tukisema hapa kwa spaces and I hardly take microphone in these revolution spaces nowadays. Why? Because the people on these spaces now, that is from like everyone else, so long as Okokwa spaces, and maybe most of the people that come to the speaker panel, because now those are the people that we engage most with, hawataki kuambiwa the truth. And the truth is we have a long way to go. I remember the last time I was on a space, niliambiwa mimi nimeingia ODM and I want to vibe a political seat, so nauzia watu uoga. The people who called me that, they were saying that because I told them they were trying to form some kind of military thing to combat the abductions, to prevent people from being abducted. Since they formed that military, or they purported to be forming that military, Aoko was abducted, Atuju kwenye ako sahi, and some other people have still been abducted. And we were telling them, that thing is very impossible because sahi kwenye mimi niko hapa kwa ghetto hapa, wewe real Joe uko hapo kwenye huko Kileleshwa, nothing, sijui uko wapi, uko Westlands, Wanjiru, wherever you are, hata kama ni Germany, ukikuja kuwa abducted, what time will you dial that 911 to appear Kowino? Kowino, I'm being abducted, kuja utusaidie na hiyo jeshi yako. What time will we come to your rescue? So hizi ni vitu nilikuwa naambia watu saa zingine ziko impossible. Like we have to employ like realistic solutions to these problems. Sahi tumeka hapa kwa hii space, it's good we have this space, and it's good we've spent like most time of our day discussing the American election and how when we kick out Meg Whitman, it will make Ruto the best president Kenya has ever had. But it's funny because, like I've said, and I'll still say this time and again, tukienda ballot, God was on the right side. I don't know if God is supposed to be on the left or on the right. Nothing utaniambia ama John Seremani will come to tell me. God was on either side and emotions was on the other side. And I'll still say this, maybe watu wataniita nimejoin ODM, but the elections was about punishing Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta, because Uhuru Kenyatta told people Ruto will be a bad president. So when people went to the elections, they wanted to punish Uhuru and Raila, and they wanted to elect a bottom-up man, hustler atawale, hustler atawale. Sai hii lawama tumerushia kila mtu. Oh, Raila amesalimiana na Ruto. But what would you do? Wewe, what would you do? Like, tutakuja hapa space, we lie all we want at mimi hata space salimiana. But you don't understand that most people hata hapa saa hii venye tunaongea kwa hii space, maybe wengine wako na kazi. Some of us are jobless. Do you think kesho Ruto akikuofa PS utakataa na unaenda kulipa mshahara, familia yako haitakuwa inateseka? Yes, 90% of you here will come here to the space and say no, mimi siwezi chukua hiyo kazi, because you want to please the crowd. You will take that job. Stop lying to us. Just accept the truth. Uko jobless, umepewa kazi hata ya PS ama umepewa kazi unalipwa hata 100 Gs ama 200 Gs, 200 kgs and blah blah blah. Utakataa. So the problem with us, we want watu wanakuja hapa kwa space kwa masajawa ego. Ikifika 2027 Ruto anaingia asubuhi venye Trump aliingia asubuhi, mlikuwa mmelala hapa sijui saa ngapi. Trump yeye alikuwa shaingia anapatiana speech yake pale ya ushindi. And I've told you guys on this space, yes, people wanasema revolution, we will vote. How many people when you wanna interact now sahi when you wako na elections wako hata na voters card? Have you asked yourself that? We have to look for like realistic solutions to this problem. Ruto is not your average politician. Kama Moi alichapa 24, Uhuru, who probably was your average politician, alichapa 10 years. You think Ruto mwenye alikuwa government haikukuwa inamtaka na government ikashikana na Raila ikaemploy machinery yote hadi the incumbent alikuwa anamkampeinia na bado akashinda presidency. You think sasa akiwa kama alikuwa tu deputy and like ule deputy mwenye hata government haimtaki, leader wake hamtaki, you think sasa sisi tuna kelele kwa space and all blah 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 tunaweza kumtoa kwa presidency? Again, some of us we don't walk hapa Kenya. We don't walk. Like hatutembeagi Kenya. We don't even go to the counties, like the different counties, we interact with people and blah blah blah. Yes, I'm privileged. Mi natembeaga. Mi hata a month ishangi kama sijaenda ushago, sijaenda maybe hata 3 counties Kenya. Si ati niko na pesa by the way. Mi ndio maana hata sichangagi. But the question is, if you go to those counties and interact with those people, ushaijua ground inasema nini? I was telling you guys the other day, ground is very different from what we talk in these spaces. Ground is very hostile to what we think it is. The other time, nakumbuka when Morara alikuwa ameanza niliwaambia it's not going to be what you people think. Nilipigwa vita nikasema wewe uko against the government, uko kwa payroll ya government. Hapa tu kwa this very same space yenye niko sahihi imeandikwa title inasoma breaking news : Trump are sounding, Trump wins. Trumpets are sounding, Trump wins. Nimetoka kuambiwa I'm on maybe payroll ama niko ally wa USA because nimetoka kusema ukweli. Hata Meg Whitman akitoka shida zetu zitabaki the same. Nimeambiwa niko na ally wa USA. Now what I was telling you the other day, tulia bana. I was telling you the other day, you guys, that if these things happen, hata Trump akinini, hata tukisema Ruto must go. Kuna mtu alikuja kwa space hiyo siku akaniita, wewe kwanza ni project sijui nini, nikamuuliza okay, you are saying Ruto must go. What? Utatoa Ruto aje wewe na kura yako moja? Because ukienda kwa ground, Ruto must go is not a solution to Ruto must go. Ukienda kwa ground huko, these politicians wenye mnafikiria ni average politicians mtawatoa 2027 au wanachapa kazi. Unajua that 1% of work you think they are doing and unafikiria is not enough, to the people in the ground is actually enough. Na wakielekta watu back, watakuwa tu bado wamelemaza Kenya. Then when I tried to come with my solution, nikiwaambia the only reason to make Ruto a weak president is to focus on the National Assembly, people were like, no, Ruto ndio must go. Okay, asipoenda sasa tunaanzia wapi? Because tutakuwa na parliament yake na bado yeye hajaishia. Where do we start? We don't have contingency plan. Yako na contingency plan. Contingency plan yake number 1 mulimsurprise 25th June. Na akajua kumba watu wanaweza fanya hivi. Now I need to work on some things. Akaenda kufungua makisiagi huko Kisii. Do you think Kisii is not talking well about him? I was in Kisii last month. Kisii is actually sahi iko aligned. Wewe umeona nani Simbarati akipigana na Osoro? Sasa jua ground iko kama if Simbarati apigani na Osoro inamaanisha ODM na UDA au wako sawa. Watu wameshashiba. Sasa ground imeshiba. Mbona hizo watu walikuwa wakipigana? No. So hata tukisema Meg Whitman must go, venye tu Riljua amewaambia Meg Whitman, Meg Whitblack, Meg whatever, with any color, indigo or anything, hata akiishia, will it solve our problems? Nimesema hivyo nikaambiwa, me I'm not saying Meg Whitman is not the problem. I have not said she's not the problem. Just listen to understand. Don't listen to reply ama to type hapo kwa comment section ama kunijibu. I have not said she's not the problem. I'm just saying if she's the problem, akiishia sahi, do you think mwenye atakuja Kenya ambassador wa US, so long as that embassy is still there, kuna United States embassy to Kenya, inamaanisha it is there to serve the interest of the United States of America, not of Kenya. So long as anyone who comes mwenye atakuwa hapo, venye risasi amewaambia Meg Whitman alimit Raila na bado alimit nani, but because we are too blind to focus sahi kwa election ya America, tuna feel hapana, yeye amekuwa tu side ya Ruto. No, hata Raila angeshinda, hata Wajakoya, hata nani angekuwa tu hiyo side. Au wanaweitu kadi yao tu, bora hiyo joker card iko in play, they are good to go. So with or without Meg Whitman in Kenya, are we able to solve our own problems? We make bad choices at the ballot, then we come here and rant and say hapana, huyu ndiye ameleta hizi shida, hapana Mungu. If I'm God, like I told you guys, if I was God right now, I'd really be smiling and I'd be happy that Kenyans are going through what they're going through, because maybe this is the learning curve yenye tunahitaji. We need to suffer so much mpaka to learn that next time hapana tusivote mtu maybe because he is a thief, but he is our own thief, to vote mtu because he can deliver. If Meg Whitman is the problem and Ruto is not the problem, Ruto, if he's man enough, na nimesema hapa the other time, the last time I had the mic, if Ruto is the problem, if Meg Whitman is the problem, mnataka kusema Ruto wasn't man enough to ambia Meg Whitman, no, if finance bill is not good for my people, I don't want it. So it's not about Meg Whitman. Kama Ruto pia anashiba, he doesn't care. If he's, kama mfuko yake inajazwa na vitu zenye pia anataka zinakuwa fulfilled, he doesn't care. So let us make good choices at the ballot so that we don't cry about other nations having interest in our country. If we make good choices at the ballot, we will never have these conversations at who is not working. Saa hii nikiwauliza wenye mumesema Trump ashinde, who is the full name of, what is the full name of Trump's deputy president? Hamujui? Trump. Nimeland. Hata nimelandia ndege imelamba hata ghafla nimelandia hapo.
Can you give me a
Unala-
second?
Rowena, I have so much beef. I have so much beef with what you're saying. I have so much beef.
Can I just say something?
And this is not fair because you know I'm not going to say anything.